So you think people get pissed when an outsider says something about their group? Please, you have heard nothing yet. When a critical eye, well-deserved or not, is turned upon one's own, watch out. In past videos, I have repeatedly stated I am not one for group praise or put downs. Why? Because it rarely conforms to reality and rarely yields a positive outcome. Also, it is a delicate procedure to trek this road and not fall into a fallacious furrow. This does not change the fact that black people have been showered, some may say shackled, with many compliments regarding their creative prowess. Yet you would think the spring of imagination has run dry when viewing reality TV. Let's stop here. Thank you for viewing, and do know this is a deposit in the Get Real series, baby, where I will not hold my tongue. You have a right to be offended, and I have the right to ignore your displayed peculiar ways. Oh, and note, when I use the word you, I am doing so because it makes sense from a conversational perspective. I am not drowning you in the feces of my rebuke. Let it be known, there is no way I will be receiving any therapeutic emotional discharge here. I definitely can hang up the idea of having a verbal release that profits me by providing some spiritual renewal. And do note, I am all for allowing a person to wreck their life, if they so select with clarity of mind. This is also assuming they keep their destruction to themselves. This rarely occurs. This definitely does not happen with such trash as All My Baby's Mamas. Let me step away from human dignity for a moment. Let's narrow the focus of my internal camera. I know, I know, a web of media interconnections rarely bring anything other than tension and anxiety via the tele-lie. However, it allows us to see some of the worst allowed for one's consumption. I am tempted to travel down the road of collective consciousness, but that is equally as sticky. There is always a road revealing generalizations around the corner when exploring this path. I will not lie here. I have a bias, a heavy bias regarding reality TV. Sometimes a laugh may be generated. Sometimes something informative, both practical and useful, may be extracted. This Baby's Mama show is yet another chapter of shame forced down the throats of blacks. Oxygen Media is doing what TV does best, that's accentuate the negative for ratings. I wish I had a pointed saying, which was not vulgar, that I could tersely express here, but I do not. This horror of a TV show feeds the stereotypes that abound. These are then forcefully shouldered by those blacks who reject this lifestyle. Yet many of us have rightfully earned such a yoke. Many blacks are guilty via willful association. We do not have to support these media giants. We do not have to support companies that invest in them. We could use social medias to make our voices heard. Lord knows, many of you do not have a problem shouting out your commentary if it concerns Oprah, Tyler Perry, blackface wearing Beyonce, what you viewed on World Star Hip Hop and other media. You invest in the slaughter of minds that are cradled in black bodies, and you do it for entertainment. How vile we have become. If we allow others to broadcast some of the worst we have to offer, none of us were born yesterday. If you are black, especially older than 30 and have traveled within America, you know Arabs are catching up. But you know that we are the official whipping post of America. We know it is popular for a growing number of the majority to declare, mainly by implication, that America is not our home. We know how easily they turn their backs on the memory of our ancestors, people who, against their will, helped develop this country. We know, for many of them, this is just visual justification for the reduction of blacks for the viewing pleasure of other non-black Americans and self-hating individuals alike. I have no dismay in saying that many Americans who identify as being blacks are cowards. They have no issues plumbing the depths of the toilet. What is so bizarre is that the participants of these reality shows are so keen to show their ass. They are willing to embrace the emotional and spiritual anguish of public self-voiding. They cling tightly to their repugnant love affair with exploitation. This is not merely about well exceeding the bounds of good taste. This is about submission of their integrity. Yet, many of you black folk will gleefully view the self-destructive behaviors of the male. The impregnator, the one who demonstrates he has no idea about honor or differentiating between lust and love. Then you have the little girls posing as women, the wretched babies' mamas who vigorously engage in battle over their turf. We are invited constantly to view emotionalism as shifts in the successive layers of importance unfold. Of course, we have the nicknames like the fighter and baby mama from hell, so the illiterate among you can make easy connections between these supposed archetypes that dwell within the black community. Damn, can you be any more naive or corrosive? Of course, this worthless, deluded black man is glorifying the pimp lifestyle, a niche that racists love to see him devote himself to. I wonder why. Oh, could it be that here he poses no threat to their hoarding of resources? Nor does he shatter the manufactured shield of their morality. We indeed have our share of minion women, ones who will open their legs for any swindler, opportunist, or charmer that comes their way. Why? Why do we allow such activity? If you have the good sense to recognize your mistake and grow from it, why would you want to announce your previous folly to the world and then add to it by playing up the catty black woman with an attitude stereotype? Sad thing is that the speaking out about this will lure the moronic and highly impressionable among you to buy into the spin, the outside interpretation of black people, by providing viewing pleasure of a small sample within our group. Enjoy the show as I cringe from your comparisons that some of you will make regarding yourselves or others you relate to within this program. And just remember, it is hard to fight racial bigotry, discrimination, and the likes when blacks willfully fuel the fire. Thank you for listening.